If you click this video at one point away, then please tell me what the reason for it was so that I can improve. Otherwise, hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn climatology today, Mediterranean vegetation, and after we've done that, we're gonna do neckstretching. And if you participate in the neckstretching, then is that at your own risk. This is the second time that we're reading the text about the Mediterranean vegetation, and now we're trying to remember it and then make out of memory a presentation about it. Mediterranean vegetation. As the pattern of world climates has changed over the last few thousand years, the lands bordering the Mediterranean Sea have become drier. The region now has long, hot, dry summers when trade winds blow offshore and short, warm winters with rain brought by the westerlies. Over the last few thousand years, the region of the Mediterranean Sea has become drier, and it has now long and hot summers and warm winters with some rain showers also. And there is wind blowing offshore in the summer. There is much sunshine all the year. The former cover of evergreen oak forest has degenerated, and humans have hastened the process by felling forest for cropland and by grazing animals such as the goat, which will eat almost any type of vegetation. There was a lot of evergreen oak forest, but then it was cut down to make land for agriculture, for cropland, and also animals like the goat have eaten it because the goat eats anything. Only widely spaced evergreen oak, pine, cedar and cypress trees remain. Only from time to time an evergreen, and today there's only from time to time an evergreen oak, a pine or cypress tree. Or cedar. Much of the region is covered by short evergreen scrub with rosemary, oleander, lavender, heath, myrtle and arbutus plants interlaced with vines. The evergreens have small, glossy blue or grey-green leaves which prevent moisture loss. Vines and olives do well as their complex root systems help them survive the summer drought. Okay, there are evergreen shrubs, rosemary, lavender, oleander. Evergreen scrub, rosemary, oleander, lavender, heath and myrtle growing, and also vines. And the evergreen scrubs, for example, or the evergreen scrubs, for example, they have small blue and grey leaves so that they're preventing moisture loss. And the vines and olive trees, they have a complex root system so that they can withstand the summer droughts. The scrub is known as maquis in France. During the Second World War, it provided cover for the resistance, which became known as the maquis. The resistance itself became known as the maquis. Understand enough of that. And now we understand it for that, I'm going to include it. I hope it's right, but I will include it now. Then you're going to find out as fast as if it's right or not. Okay, and in France, which is also in the southern part of the Mediterranean vegetation, or climate, there was during the Second World War a resistance, hiding in areas with a lot of these maquis scrub, the scrub which is known in France as maquis, and so these resistance people were known as maquis, without an R. The maquis is called motoral in Spain and macchia in Italy. The chaparral of California is similar, and there are areas of Mediterranean type vegetation in South Africa and southern Australia. Okay, we're going to say that the regions are the California, South Africa. We're going to list, it's just South Africa, it's just the lowermost part. It's just South Africa. And in the southern part of Australia, in the coastal region, not in the outback. And in Europe, basically all around the Mediterranean Sea, but not Egypt. And not Libya. No, one of them was okay. And all the islands and then around it. And not up to the Black Sea. Just to Turkey. Okay, the scrubs, these were evergreen scrubs, or are these all these evergreen scrubs? Much of the region is covered by short evergreen scrub, with rosemary, oleander, lavender, hef, myrtle, and arbutus plants interlaced with vines. So these are the evergreen scrubs. But the evergreen oak seems to be its own type of tree. Okay, there are lavender and oleander and myrtle, rosemary, oleander, lavender, myrtle, arbutus plants, vines and olive trees, evergreen oak, pines, cedars and cypress. I'm going to start to say Climatology. Mediterranean vegetation. Now, the region around the Mediterranean Sea in southern part of Europe, it has become drier in the last few thousand years. And there was a lot of evergreen oak forest, but it was cut down to make agricultural land for cropland and also by animals like the goats which eat anything. Now, and it is a region with warm and hot and long summers and also quite warm winters, and in the winter there are also sometimes rain showers. It is sunny basically all the year. And in the summer there's also an offshore wind. And there are some trees growing. There, for example, but they're now more scattered, so not forest like they're more scattered. The evergreen oak also, or pines and cedars and cypresses. And also other plants are growing there. Evergreen shrubs are growing there. For example, the rosemary or the lavender or myrtle of oleander. And these evergreen shrubs are called in France, which is also part of the Mediterranean vegetation, maquis. And so the troops or the resistance people, which during the Second World War fought in southern France, were also called maquis because they were hiding in regions where this was growing, this maquis, this evergreen shrub type. And the Mediterranean vegetation, it's also a bit in California, in the Northern America, and also in Southern Africa, and also in the southern part of Australia, but basically all around the Mediterranean Ocean, more in the north and in the south and Africa. But it is also a bit by Morocco and by Tunisia and Algeria, and also then by Turkey and by Slovenia and I think Bosnia and Herzegovina and Italy and Spain, Portugal, and also south of France. And that is according to page 1084 and 1085 of the Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 3, Part 22, Regions of the Earth, written by Hugh Clayton, John Coyle, Michael Frenchman, and D.H. Sinclair. I don't know. I'm going to set the camera first. I still haven't figured out if it's better, if it's a bit slow explained, with a bit thinking and so on, as if I wouldn't really know what I'm talking about, or in 1 hour. I don't know if someone, it's also better if it's not too fast. So that was the climatology part. If you were here for climatology, you can go directly to the next part of climatology, where we're going to do the next part of clima, or vegetation. If you stay here and participate in the fitness part, then it's very the honors. We're doing Neckstretching. So if you participate in the Neckstretching, then it's very the honors. We're having the legs standing shoulder wide apart, and we're breathing in, and we're reaching with the fingertips as far as we can to the sides. And again, reach as far as possible. And now, I reach in front. Back as far as possible, and down. And again, back. Reach as far as possible with the fingertips and down. Have the feet standing together, the arms out to the side, and pretend to fly a bit around. And backwards. Now the legs wider apart, and tone up, shoulders back, breathe calm in. And breathe out and turn the head slowly over to one side, only as far as it goes. Breathe again in, and out with chin down onto the clavicle. Breathe in, lift the gaze, and turn the head over to the other side. Breathe again in, and out with chin down onto the clavicle. And in and up, and over to the first side again. Breathe again in, and breathe halfway out, and then circle the head over to the other side. Breathe again in, and halfway out, and then circle the head over, and back into it. Now the palms together, the elbows together, and breathe in and reach high. And again out and down. In and up again. Out and down. Now the hands back, breathe in, and out, reach in front, head down, again in, and out, reach in front. And now have the feet standing together, one hand behind the back, and breathe in, lift the up one up, and breathe out and bring the head over to the side, down, pull. Breathe again in. And look up to the hand on top of the head. And the other hand behind the back. Breathe in, the hand up. And breathe out, bring the head over to the side, down, pull. Breathe again in. And out, look to the hand on top. And the hand again. The legs are standing shoulder wide apart. And we're intertwining the fingers behind. No, we're standing together. We're intertwining the fingers behind. Shoulders back, tall up, breathe in. And breathe out, bring the head over to one side. And the chin down onto the clavicle. And pull the hands down to the ground. Breathe in, lift the gaze again. And turn it over to the other side. Tall up, shoulders back, breathe again. And out, chin down onto the clavicle. And pull the hands down to the ground. Again, in the hand up, back into the middle. And now the legs a bit wider apart, intertwine again the fingers behind the head, and bring them over to one side. Tall up, shoulders back, and breathe in. And breathe again out, bring the head over to the side where the hands are. Head down onto the clavicle, pull the arm and the shoulder down. Breathe in, lift the gaze, and turn it back into the middle. The hands over to the other side, tall up, shoulders back, breathe in. And out, bring the chin down onto the clavicle, pull the arm and the shoulder down. Breathe and lift the gaze and bring it back in. Have the feet standing together, breathe in, lift the arms up. And breathe out, arms back, lean back and draw the shoulder blades together. In and up. Out again, down. In and up. Now intertwine the fingers, breathe in and reach high. And breathe out, reach in front, hollow the back, head down. In and up. Intertwine the other way around, breathe in, reach high. Out and down, reach in front, hollow the back, breathe out, head down. In and up. And out, lean the floor and arms back. In and up. And out and back. Up and out the arms down. And a few eagle wings exercises. Breathe in the arms up. Out and down. In and up. Out and down. And now we're ending. Breathe in the arms up. Bring the hands to touch. Allow the hands down to hands. That was for Neckstretching. I thank you very much and until next time.